I didn't realize we'll have a question session, so I tweeted the question to N. Rafford and A. Punjabi. This was when Ashish mentioned about him being a little old-fashioned as far as his kids are concerned with technology. The question was, should we be more apprehensive about the future where the phones and devices are getting smarter, but the users is a question mark? And are we actually overdoing stuff? Are we actually targeting the educational sector? Smart education. Are we overdoing stuff?
So would it be inaccurate to rephrase your question as, should we be worried about a future where our devices are smarter than we are?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I am fairly old-fashioned when it comes to my kids using technology. And I let my daughter take the iPad into school today. This is the first I'm allowed to carry it in. And that's only because she did Arabic homework on it and she recorded a video and she said, I have to show it and I'm going to do it on the iPad. And we fought the whole weekend over this. And then I eventually let her take it in. But I think it comes down to how much screen time are they using. You look at the stats that are out there, and I don't remember the figures offhand, but you've got kids sleeping a lot less because they've got a lot more in front of them. They're on 2 or 3 screens at the same time, so they're distracted. Attention spans are getting shorter. And I've got a friend who's in the mattress business, and I was at a seminar that he was doing once, and he had a sleep psychologist in there. And he goes, all these issues of ADD, ADHD, all of it can go away if you just ask your kids to sleep another 2 hours in the day and take away the screens from them. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. So we are at that point where we need to be worrying about what we're doing. I think kids are smart enough where they can pick up very quickly in a very short time, but you need to moderate the growth, the amount of technology they have at that age as well. They will outdo us in terms of what it is 5 years from now, but we can spend that 5 years probably better in terms of how we spend it with them and what we do with them in the meantime.
Any other thoughts or reflections on that?
It's a half glass full, half glass empty situation here. You know, yes, there are challenges when kids are given these new technology pieces, but I've also seen my 8-year-old daughter learning concepts much faster when they are presented in a graphical way. So, and as Ashish said, completely agree. It's upon us as parents to coach them to learn how to use this technology, because when we were young and TVs were being introduced, it was the same challenge for our own parents. Shall we let these kids sit in front of TV? And then Darwinianism kicks in. We as human beings adopt to all these technologies. Over a period of time, it is part of the game. We are feeling uncomfortable, it is new. And there are parts which we have to be careful of because even we are learning. So it's about adoption, it's about careful adoption. And if we do it right, there are benefits to the game.
That's why I think it's doubly important that we have forum to explore these future implications. Because there are pathways that once we go down, we realize we're too far down them, and it takes a long time, and it's quite expensive to get back from. I mean, I'm thinking the kind of strong form argument of your question is vis-a-vis enterprise automation. And there's a tremendous debate right now around the impact of automation on jobs. Ultimately, you know, most of the U.S. prosperity over the last 15, 20 years, we have an increase in wealth, but decrease in employment. And that's, many people argue, Eric Brinhofson and many others, that that's coming from the negative effects of automation, if you will, and the income inequality that produces. So I think these are the kind of biting questions which are behind, or lurking beneath the shadows of the smart environment. And we need these kinds of forums to explore them.
I think as well, just to add on to the social etiquette side of it.
Social etiquette, yeah.
It's sort of become an accepted practice that if you're out for dinner, there's going to be a break for about a minute every half an hour where everyone gets a chance to look at their phone, answer their messages, respond. Whereas we were taught to keep it away. At times we were taught when we were younger, at least I was, the TV should be off during meal times, so you can actually sit and talk to each other. And now we're saying, okay, once every half hour, once every 15 minutes, it's fine, it's accepted. No one said it, but it sort of became an unwritten rule that this is how the social etiquette is evolved.
Well, and everyone marvels at the fact that a 1-year-old can pick up an iPad and know how to use it immediately, but our children are going to be growing up with fully immersive virtual reality headsets. So the sort of notion that somehow advanced and interesting for a child to be able to use a touch screen is going to seem so quaint and ridiculous in about 10 years when The question is, how much time do we let our children spend in a fully immersive virtual world? Great. Well, any other questions?
I have a